Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy, Mr. Bronco Knight, coming at you with something a little bit different. Now, first off, I want to apologize for not having anything up as of late. Unfortunately, I've been dealing with some personal things. So I apologize about that. It's just been really hectic for me. So, but, I was always told that, keep doing what you love and love what you do because it's going to come back to you. So, you're probably wondering what's with the box. Well, today I'm actually going to start something different. And I'm going to start doing this new series called the Dark Knight Duelist series, where, so as some of you may already know, I'm actually a big Yu-Gi-Oh player. Excuse me. So, what we have here is one of my favorite structure decks from the Yu-Gi-Oh series. Now, mind you, I just started doing this. I've been playing for most of my life, but I'm going to start doing some reviews right now. And there's going to be another one, and there's going to be a picture somewhere around here about the new one that just recently came out. And it's called the Blue Eyes White Destiny Structure Deck. And for those who have already picked it up, I'm almost guaranteeing you that it's going to be a great deck. And there's actually some pretty sweet cards in there that are mostly staples. For example, you get Ash Blossom and Effect Veiler, even Infinite Impermanence, and quite a few others in the staples. So that's going to be good. So let's open this package and see what is inside. So got this little guy right here. Now, like I said before, this is my first time actually doing it like this, so bear with me. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's open this. Let me turn on this light. Okay, there we go. That's more like it. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, here we go. The structure deck, Cyber Strike. Let me raise this up. Now this was like one of my very first decks I've always been wanting to play. I've been a big fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game ever since I was a little kid, and believe it or not, I've actually watched all the way up to Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, which out of all the series, so there's one that really is my personal favorite. Well, there's two, I should say. One is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains series, where it's in the Cyberse universe. Hang on one second.
Okay, I found this on the web for where...
I apologize about that. Moving right along, and I'll probably edit that out. I'll see what I can do. Anyway, with this, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains was one of my favorite series. And it was kind of it was incredible to see new monsters called Link monsters. And for those who play the game, you know that Link monsters can never be in defense mode, which is one thing I love about that. Now, with this kind of structure deck, this is actually my second favorite series is from the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX series, where we were introduced to Zane Truesdale, who was actually a top-ranked duelist in Duel Academy. Oh, excuse me. And pretty much after this video, there's going to be a deck profile. Excuse me. Talk about having a frog in your throat. So I'm really excited about it, but I'm also kind of nervous, so bear with me. And the cards I'm going to be doing in it are going to be ones that I believe that would give like the deck a strong chance to actually win in the in the tournament. Now I'm hoping to go to some with this guy. Now I'll explain more of that here as we go through. So for the packaging, you got a Cyber End Dragon and Cyber Dark, I believe that's what it is. Let me see. Oh, it's called the Cyber Dark End Dragon. And that is a very tough and beefy monster to get over, and I'll explain more of that here in the video. So, on the back of here, it says, Cyber and Cyber Dark combined. Harness the power of all Zane Truesdale's Cyber cards in Structure Deck Cyber Strike. This Structure Deck is based on the strategies used by Zane Truesdale in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime. Zane begins the series with a Cyber Dragon deck, but later melds it with Cyber Dark monsters. These two strategies have always been able to be played separately, but it's never been a viable strategy to combine the two like they use on TV until now. And this structure deck includes 40 common cards, 3 super rare cards, 5 ultra rare cards, and 1 double-sided deluxe game mat with tips to execute the perfect strategy. And there's also this little QR code to download Yu-Gi-Oh! Neuron, which I've actually downloaded it. It's actually kind of fun to play. So, and it shows. So, I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen these kind of videos, and I'm sorry if I'm going a little more in depth with it. That's just how I am. I also like to talk about like one of my favorite kind of cards, and that would happen to be a Cyber Dragon. And believe it or not, Cyber Dragon is in here. Plus, you get Cyber End Dragon, which Cyber End Dragon has always been my favorite card. So, without further ado, let's open this bad boy up, shall we? Alright, there is the deck. And here is the playmat. We'll get to that here in a second. I'm not sure if you can actually see that, but that looks like it's a super rare. Either super or ultra. I think it's ultra. I'm pretty sure you guys will tell me down in the comments below, so we'll get to that here in just a second. So, like I said, this is the first time that I've actually been checking this out, so I'm kind of really excited. So, let's see what this looks like. Okay, I like this. This better be a playmat one day. Okie dokie, so, and here are the tips and tricks for this deck. So, and yeah, take a look. You got Infinite Impermanence. And believe it or not, that's actually one of my favorite hand traps. And believe it or not, the Blue Eyes White Destiny deck has also got Infinite Impermanence. So, there's that. Okay, so let's start with, let's open this guy up. Let's see. Here we go. Okie dokie. And here is a little advertisement for Dawn of Destiny, which has been out for quite some time. So this deck is probably like a few years old. But no matter what, like if you're a fan of Cyber Dragons, this is going to be a really good deck to pick up. And I will be doing a budget build for $30 budget deck coming up in my next video, so please stay tuned for that. So, so what we're going to do is we're going to get these ones out of the way right over here. We'll set those off to the side and we'll check those guys out here in a little bit. Alrighty, so here we go. We have a Cyber Dragon Hertz, and you know, most of these monsters all have the same ability as being treated as Cyber Dragon. And once I go in more in depth with the budget build, I'll explain more about these features, which I'm pretty sure, like I said, you guys have already seen them. So if you have any questions, let me know. And with these decks I'm going to be doing, let me know down in the comments, like, which one is your favorite kind of deck and why do you play with, like, why do you like that one the most? And also let me know down in the comments what kind of deck you want me to review and so forth. And if you like the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below so you can stay up to date as I post new content. Alrighty, so Cyber Dragon Hertz. Let's see, Fusion Deployment. Reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck and special summon from your hand or deck one of the fusion materials whose name is specifically listed on that card. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except fusion monsters. The turn you activate this card, you can only activate one fusion deployment per turn. Now that looks like a really cool card. Oh, I did not expect that to be up here. Infinite Impermanence. This guy, like right here, I still find it hard to believe that you can actually get this in a structure deck. I mean, for crying out loud, a structure deck? Come on now. Infinite Impermanence. That looks awesome. Let's see. We got Attachment Cyburn, 1600 tech. Let's see. We got Cyber Dragon. Very OG school. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So, this is just like, so with Cyber Dragons, you don't necessarily want to go first. Because if your opponent has monsters, if they control a monster and you don't, you can instantly special summon this guy from your hand onto the field, and you would still have your normal summon. So, I think that's kind of cool. Cyber Dragons Y. Cyber Dragon Dry. Sounds German. And I also, one of the reasons why I'm starting to do this as well is because I want to give big shout outs to Simply Unlucky and Team Samurai 1. You guys, I love your content, guys. And hopefully one of these days I can collaborate with you and, you know, talk all stuff about Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, and Team APS. You guys' content is unbelievable. So, you guys are the reasons why I actually got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! For quite some time. Cyber Dragon Veer. And pretty much like when you buy, so buying all three structure decks, you're guaranteed every single thing in there. So pretty much all the stuff that's on the back of here is going to be in 3 structure decks. So we have Cyber Dragon Nasher, which looks like a really good one. Cyber Dragon Core. Now this guy is pretty much like the starter part of the deck, which is one that I love about that. We have a Cyber Pharaohs, which I'm not too familiar with. I had to look more info about that one. Cyber Valley. Let's see. Not sure you can actually see those effects, but I think that looks kind of cool. Cyber Phoenix. Okay, so that's all the regular cyber monsters. Here we go to the cyber darks, which in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, after Zane Truesdale graduated, he had the cyber darks combined with the cyber dragons to make him a more powerful deck. So we got Cyber Dark Horn, and some of these new monsters, I'm going to go over their features, especially like some of these new fusion monsters, which, you know, I think that's going to be looking cool. So Cyber Dark Horn, if this card is normal summon, target one level 3 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard. Equip that dragon monster to this card, gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped to it by this effect. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. If this card would be destroyed by battle, destroy that equipped monster instead. So, I actually like that effect. And like I said, once I do my budget deck, I'll kind of go over like why I chose the different amounts of monsters. So, Cyber Dark Edge. Now let's see. So this one almost shares the exact same, only with this one, if there's a dragon type monster equipped to this card can attack they can attack directly to your opponent's life points. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then the other one, oh, there's two more. Got Cyber Dark Keel. And, you know, some of these cards, like, I've never heard of before, but I think they look really, really cool. Cyber Dark Cannon, and what was the other one? Oh, Cyber Dark Keel, which, you know, I think that looks kind of cool. Cyber Dark Cannon. We have a Cyber Dark Claw. And I think that's all for the Cyber Darks. Okay, so we have Ling. We have a yugioh, the star-destroying kaiju. A 3300 beat stick, which, I don't know. I may play him, I may not. I'm just, I gotta see what looks best. Gizmek Orchi, the Serpentine Sky Slasher. A 2450, so, I mean, can't necessarily go wrong with that, but oh well. Let's see, we got Gale Dogra. You can pay 3,000 life points, send one monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. Kind of a hefty price, but if you have like a perfect strategy, it might be worth it. Let's see, Cyber Eternal. And, you know, these look really awesome. And you got some really cool reprints too, like Cyber Repair Plant. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with that. Cyber Emergency is one of the new ones, and I'll go over more with that later on. Cyberload Fusion. Cyber Dark Impact. Cyber Dark Inferno. Future Fusion. I like this one. A classic card back from when Zane played it. Fusion Tag. Machine Duplication. Target one machine monster you control with 500 points or less attack. Special summon up to 2 monsters from your deck with the same name as that face-up monster. So with that one, that would combo really well with Cyber Dragon Core. Because with Cyber Dragon Core, let me pull it back up. It only has an attack of 400, so literally have this guy on the field, use machine duplication, and special summon 2 additional Cyber Dragon cores onto the field, and this actually acts as Cyber Dragon as well. So even if you're not able to get the original Cyber Dragon out, you can use this guy to make him become Cyber Dragon, which I thought was kind of cool. Yes, one of the next ones, Limiter Removal Classic, Cyber Dark Invasion. That looks kind of slick. Cybernetic Revolution, which, let's see, tribute 1 Cyber Dragon, special summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck that lists a Cyber Dragon monster as material, but it cannot attack directly and is destroyed during the end phase of the next turn. You can only activate 1 Cybernetic Revolution per turn. So, I don't know, I think that would be more if you want to be more like a risk taken, but it may be something else. So, Power Wall, another classic, Call of the Haunted, brings a monster in the attack position. Paleozoic Candia, Cybernetic Overflow. And that's pretty much it for the traps. So, you got Overload, Fusion, and Power Bond. Now, with Power Bond, you gotta be very careful with this. So, this is mostly for endgame. So, if you're not too careful, it could end up coming back to bite you in the butt near the very end. But, at least 1 or 2 of those for sure in the deck. I know with mine, I'll probably do maybe 1 or 2. I'm not sure yet. I got to play around with the rarities. And then Overload Fusions. Fusion summon 1 Dark Machine Fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your field or graveyard. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then we have Chimera Tech Over Dragon, which I'm pretty sure everybody has seen that before, so I'm not going to get too much into that. Cyber Darkness Dragon and Cyber Dark Dragon, which they look kind of cool. And this one literally takes Cyber Dark Horn, Edge, and Keel. So when my budget deck comes out, I will explain more of the effects into that, and I kind of will also go over some combos you can use for the deck. Okay, so I apologize if this is a long video. Like I said, this is my first time actually doing it like this, so bear with me, but I think it's well worth it. Let's see, Cyber End Dragon. We already know if it battles a defense monster, inflict piercing battle damage. And it can only be fusion summoned with the materials on the card text. Okay, so here are these are the 4 new cards in the deck. We're going to go with a Cyber Dark End Dragon, which is a 5,000 attack point monster, 3,800 defense point beast. So it's a combination of Cyber Dark Dragon and Cyber End Dragon. So I think that looks kind of cool. And here is the text about that. Cybernetic Horizon. And I think that looks kind of cool. Now here's a new one, Cyber Dark Chimera, and I will read this effect because I think this one is going to be really interesting. We'll get to this one here in a second. It says you can discard 1 spell or trap, add 1 power bond from your deck to your hand. You can only use dragon or machine cyber monsters as fusion material this turn. Also, once when you fusion summon this turn, You can also banish monster or monsters from your graveyard as material. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one Cyber Dark monster from your deck to the graveyard with a different name from the cards in your graveyard. You can only use each effect of Cyber Dark Chimera once per turn. Very interesting. That's actually looks pretty powerful. Get instant access to Power Bond. I kind of like that. And last but not least, Cyber Dark Realm. Actually, just the way that it looks. And, come on, focus. Why will you not focus? Oh, here we go. Okay, when this card is activated, you can add one Cyber Dark monster from your deck to your hand with a different name from the cards in your graveyard during your main phase. You can immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one Cyber Dark monster. You can only use the previous effect of Cyber Dark Realm once per turn if you equip a monster from your graveyard by the effect of a Cyber Dark monster that activated when it was normal special summon, you can equip from your opponent's graveyard instead. You can only activate one Cyber Dark Realm per turn, which I think that looks kind of unique. And it's also a continuous spell, so you can literally have this on the field for forever how long until you destroy it. But overall, I think that this deck will actually be like I know that this deck is a competitive deck, especially with the staple of Infinite Impermanence. You got Power Bond, you got Overload Fusion, Cyber Repair Plan, Machine Duplication, and then plus the Limiter Removal, which you could definitely boost your monster's attack points even more. Now, I will definitely say this, so Cyber Dark Dragon and Cyber End Dragon, that's what is used to create this guy, Cyber Dark End Dragon. And I cannot wait to build my budget deck to show you what this deck can do. So, but yeah, I am very excited to actually do something new on the channel, and I want to say thank you for those who have actually followed me along throughout this long video. It's not supposed to take that long, but some of it I kind of get like more in depth with it and give my opinions about that. So, but other than that, that's pretty much it for the unboxing of the Cyber Strike Structure Deck. And this is the Bronco Knight saying to all are one. I'll catch you guys on the next episode, and thank you for tuning in. Catch you guys next time.